What up, y'all? Tina here, man. Let's get into some Doctor Doom news. Disney just had a marketing expo over in Shanghai, and let's see what we learned from that visit. Let's get into it.
I talk movies and Marvel, TV shows, rumors, money, and drama. Game of Thrones, universe, and rice too. Vampires, horror, I got you. Subscribe to my page, come roll with me. If you like movies, follow, she dreads me. Movies, follow, she dreads me.
All right, so over on the east side of the world, Disney was having a marketing expo over in Shanghai, and we got to see some interesting things, and also a synopsis was released, and it reads the following. Dr. Doom has officially arrived in the MCU. This villain, a master of cutting-edge science and powerful magic, will unleash a cascading crisis across the entire multiverse. Marvel's most iconic character, RDJ, also returns as Dr. Doom. So one thing that excites me about what we just read was magic. It's so hard to gauge where Marvel is going with this version of Dr. Doom because in the comics and the movies, we always meet Dr. Doom at different stages in his life. For example, in the Fantastic Four movie, when he was first introduced, he was just a man who was into finance and technology. He was more so using like powers. He had like electricity powers or something in that movie. When I think about magic, I think about casting spells, using supernatural aspects to pull off certain things. That's a lot different than having powers to me. So being magical is always a plus. I like supernatural Dr. Doom. I also like tech Dr. Doom, Doom into technology, but I like supernatural Dr. Doom a little bit more. I also like when Doom is just a swaggy leader of his country, but he's also smart. He's into tech. Him and Reed are kind of like intellectual foes. I like all the versions of Dr. Doom. Now, I always knew technology was going to be involved because RDJ, Russo's, that's kind of like their comfort zone. These are the same guys who did Winter Soldier, Civil War. We got a little magic in Infinity War with Doctor Strange. It wasn't like a lot. I think Multiverse of Madness has been the greatest example of supernatural magic and sorcery. So if this Dr. Doom is really going to highlight his magic, bro, I'm with it. I'm bought in. Another thing it says is Dr. Doom will release a cascading crisis across the multiverse. This is what I like to hear. And this goes back to the original plot leak we heard. Shout out to the scoopers. The original plot leak we heard about this movie like this time last year was RDJ was going after Loki because Loki is holding the multiverse together. Dr. Doom wants to get to Loki to knock all those universes out of his hand. He wants everything destroyed so he can create his own world called Battle World. That was the original plot leak. Now, over time, it has morphed into different things. One plot leak was Dr. Doom is trying to save the multiverse, which never really made sense because that's literally Loki's job at the moment, to sit there and hold all the timelines and universes together so everybody can live their life. So that second leak where Dr. Doom is the hero and he's trying to save the multiverse was always kind of weird to me. I'm like, yo, so he's like a anti-hero? Which is not uncommon for Dr. Doom. Don't get me wrong. He does play this little gray area at times. But I'm like, that ain't what we coming to see, an anti-hero Doom. We want to see Doom getting busy. This new plot synopsis sounds like he wants to cause problems and he's aware he's causing problems. I'd rather him show up like, look, all this is whack. All of y'all are losers. I'm creating Battle World because this is what I want to do. I like this idea of Dr. Doom better. Oh, Dr. Doom is trying to save the multiverse from failing. He's a sympathetic villain. No, nah, man, we don't want that. Let him really be God Emperor Doom. Let him have the mentality like, y'all are peons. I'm crushing all y'all. And when people are like, why are you doing this? I just want Dr. Doom to be like, because I want to. I want Dr. Doom to be a crash out. Yep, I want him to crash out. I want him to walk up to Steve Rogers and be like, listen, I'm about to build Battle World. You rocking with me? And when he say no, put him in the dirt, Dr. Doom. Yeah, get rid of all these OG Avengers. Start killing them off. I want Steve Rogers to be the first one to go.
Put that ass in the dirt.
That's how you make an impact. I don't want the Russos to be playing it safe like, oh, we need Steve and Thor and the OGs to help the MCU. No, lights out on Steve Rogers in the first 10 minutes of the movie. Let the movie open up with Steve and Peggy and they kids playing and let Dr. Doom put Steve down. Yep, make an impact. Say, listen, the old MCU is done. We moving on. That's how I know if he's a real threat. That's how I know if y'all are getting back to creative Marvel. Let's take chances. Steve Rogers, Paul Rudd, get rid of them. Let them go. If Anthony Mackie is going to be Captain America, make a statement and say, this is Cap. Steve Rogers is gone. They ain't got to get rid of Peggy Carter. Let Peggy sit there and watch Steve pass away. Then let Loki show up, snatch her up. She can pull out her Captain Carter shield and turn her into a superhero. Then let Dr. Doom go and destroy the 828 universe. Then let him go and destroy the X-Men universe. Then let him destroy 616. And let the finale be him trying to get to Loki. Yes, let that be the skeleton of the story because that was what the original plot leak was. Let Dr. Doom really be a villain, man. So we got our first look at the suit, and it's pretty cool. The Dr. Doom suit looks nice. It's big. It's a big suit. I see why RDJ did not want to wear it. Allegedly, those were the rumors that RDJ didn't really want to put that suit on. RDJ right now is about $150. That suit looks big and detailed. The first Iron Man suit was over 100 pounds. This was back when Robert Downey was a struggling actor. He had to do whatever they told him to do. Now that he's the man, he hasn't really wore a practical Iron Man suit since maybe Ultron or even Iron Man 2. So I can understand him at 60 years old like, nah, I don't want to wear this heavy suit. But man, this is the gig that you signed up for. Chin up, man.
Chin up. Fuck that.
The suit looks cool, though. Looks cool. We also got to see the light show in Shanghai, and it kind of corroborated things we've heard from scoopers in the past, which was there's supposed to be 4 teams of people sectioned off going against Doom. Wakanda, the Avengers, Fantastic Four, and the X-Men. We know at some point all of these people are going to end up coming together. But it feels like Infinity War, because if you remember, you had a group in outer space, then you had a group on the ground fighting Thanos. So they're using like a similar recipe. And this light show is backing up what the scoopers and Kevin Feige says. These symbols literally show us the 4 groups. And my theory is they either are about to, 1, ignore a bunch of stuff, 2, zoom through some stuff, or 3, they got an extremely heavy load to lift. Because when you think about these 4 groups, right? Shuri, obviously, still the Black Panther, but is she the queen? Like, was M'Baku just taking over temporarily when she was on FMLA? Like, how do the tribes feel about all these changes? Or is M'Baku the king? Obviously, Namor is going to be on Team Wakanda. We don't know how long, but when we left out of Wakanda Forever, Namora and Atuma was kind of side-eyeing him like, yo, man, he yielded. I don't know if he still got that fire in him. You gave up. Like, that's a movie all in itself, telling us what's going on with the politics of Black Panther and Namor. Then y'all got to explain who the hell are the Avengers. We got the Thunderbolts, and then you got Sam and Falcon. So we need to understand the dynamics of that. Like, who is the real Avengers? The X-Men, whole new universe. Like, that's another thing. How much time has passed? Has Monica been over there for years now? And now she's just operating as an X-Men or an ally to the X-Men? Or is this a short time cap? And Doom is outside the X-Mansion wreaking havoc, and she's still confused and don't know what's going on. Yo, they got a lot of story to fill in. Then you got the Fantastic Four. I think their story is going to be the easiest to kind of flesh out because keep it simple. Doom goes to 828, bust that up. Then they got to make their way to us and tell us about this threat. That's kind of easy. So I can see why this script is constantly changing because there's a lot of storytelling that needs to be done. They got about 3 hours to introduce us to Dr. Doom, let us know his motivations. Then you got to get the audience caught up with these 4 groups and the dynamics of these 4 groups versus when Infinity War came out, this was a 10-year buildup, so we kind of knew who everybody was. They also got to explain to the general public, is Dr. Doom somebody who's taken over Tony's body? Which I think is a horrible idea because the thing about like shapeshifters or body snatchers, they eventually want to go back to their original look. Like when Mystique or Morph shapeshifts into somebody, after a while, they go back to their original form. So I don't like this idea of body snatching Tony's body, but that's not really who he is. That's weird. I think they should just make him a variant, bring Jonathan Majors back, show how Kang has multiple variants who look like him in different universes, then show how Dr. Doom has multiple variants who look like Tony Stark. And then in this particular universe, 616, he just decided to be a good guy and let Dr. Doom go after all of his variants one by one and start picking them boys off. That could be the reason why Doom wasn't in the 828 when the Fantastic Four had that meeting, because that Doom got demolished by this other Doom who's just going universe to universe, taking out Dooms and Kangs and other superheroes. I think that's the easiest way to go, just to make him a variant. And just let his main motivations be, I just want to create Battle World. That's why. So how do y'all feel about all this Dr. Doom news? Are you getting a little bit more excited, or is everything still kind of confusing? Do you think the general public is going to be able to understand all this stuff? Leave your comments below. Thanks for hanging out with me. Peace.